Welcome, class. Today we are going to do some self-editing. So we've written a rough draft of our research, and we're ready to begin editing it ourselves. We're going to do two things today. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to read through our writing out loud. Oftentimes, reading out loud is the best way to find mistakes or to discover things that you want to add or change. So I have my my revising and editing checklist here, and I see that I have some questions. These are my goals for my writing this time, and I'm going to use this column here just to make sure that I'm keeping track of things that I am looking for and then changes I make as well. So to begin with, I'll just read through this and make sure that I know the things I'm looking for. So over here I see, I want to make sure that I have an introduction paragraph. Do I use topic sentences at the beginning of each paragraph? Do I use factual information from a reliable source? Do I have a variety of transition words? That's something that we practiced. Do I have a conclusion paragraph at the end? And do I use capital letters and the punctuation that we've been learning and practicing? And do I spell words so the readers can understand them? We're not going to worry about this last part yet. We're going to share our writing with some friends next week. But until then, we are going to just read it ourselves and work on this first part here. So I'm going to take a look at my writing down here, up here I guess. I want to take a look at my writing about sloths here and see if I have all the parts that I need in my research writing. So to begin with, you might want to use the submissions function in Schoology, or you can use screen record. You just pull down on the top of your screen there, and towards the top, kind of top right corner of your screen up here, if you pull down on that part of the screen, you'll see a little red dot, and you can press that to record your screen if you want to record it that way. You're going to record yourself reading your research out loud. I'm going to go ahead and do some of that myself here. I have a pencil ready. I like to use a colored pencil. I like the color green just because it's one of my favorite colors, and it's kind of, to me, a positive color because it's like green means go, grass, trees, cool things are green, so I like that color. I'm just going to read out loud here with my pencil ready and see if I catch anything that maybe needs to get changed. You might think that being one of the slowest animals in the forest would make it hard for an animal to survive, but one animal, the three-toed sloth, has lots of cool adaptations. I think I misspelled a word. I'm going to change that. When I read out loud, sometimes I find things that aren't quite right. And sometimes if I'm writing fast especially, I'll make small mistakes that I don't notice until I read it out loud. Adaptations. Adaptations. That's better. I have to make a couple small changes, but that's okay. That's what erasers are for. One animal, the three-toed sloth, has lots of cool adaptations that allow it to thrive. When I'm editing, I'm actually not worried about making all those changes right away. When I'm reading through out loud, maybe I'll have my pencil ready. And rather than making all those changes right then and there because maybe I don't want to stop, maybe I want to keep on reading, I might use my pencil and just circle a word because that's one way that I show that a word might be spelled incorrectly. What else do I notice about this paragraph? I notice that I don't start my sentence with a capital letter. So I'm going to do 2 underlines underneath that to show that that needs to be capitalized. You might think that being one of the slowest animals in the forest would make it hard for an animal to survive, but one animal, the three-toed sloth, has lots of cool adaptations, I'll fix that later, that allow it to thrive. Ooh, that's a nice introduction paragraph. So I'm going to go ahead and check that off. I've got my introduction paragraph. I'm not seeing my checklist handy here, but that's okay. All right. And do I leave enough space at the beginning? I could leave a bit more space at the beginning. So I'm going to put that indent symbol there to show, add a bit more space, Jeff. When you come back to revise this and fix this, put a bit more space in there. That's the space I'm talking about. Sloths are small, cute animals. Oh, I noticed I need to capitalize again. They are covered in thick brown fur. They only weigh about 9 pounds and they are 2 feet long. They hang on to branches with 3 toes on each foot. They hide well because they grow moss. Cool. Not sure where they grow moss. I'm just going to put a question mark here as a way to say, are you going to write more? What did that mean? So that's just a little bit about how we read through out loud, record ourselves reading so that we can share with our parents and with our teacher what our reading sounded like. And when we read out loud, we're going to notice things that maybe don't quite make sense or that we didn't notice when we were writing them. Next, go through that writing checklist, that editing checklist. Make sure you've checked for all the things on there so you really know that this is ready for someone else to read. And then upload your writing checklist and your recording to Schoology. I can't wait to see your writing, and I'm sure it's going to turn out great, especially when we edit it, and especially when we can share it with a friend and teacher for some more feedback and advice.